So my staghorns fell down. I had two good sized ones. We've been getting a lot of rain, so they probably got soaking wet, which is fantastic because we have been so dry lately. But the chains just broke, and now they're laying on the ground. And I had two of them that were on the bigger side. This one was the one that I actually cut out a cutting, and it's got a couple little sprouts there, but it's on the ground now. So now I'm gonna take some measurements. There's the old container, the wire basket that it was in. I'm gonna take some measurements and go get some chain and hang this thing up. So I'm gonna just take some rough measurements right now. Just kind of see how tall it is. So I got 2 feet, maybe add a foot for 3 feet. And then it's about a foot at the bottom. So if I think if I got 4 foot per side, so that'd be, if I did four sides, that'd be 2 8-foot chains. If I did 3 sides, it would be 3 4-foot chains. So now I'm gonna go see what I can find at the home store. So here's one that I did last year and has been working very nice. Now this one I just used chain that I had here laying around, and I also used a cable that I had laying around. So this time I've got to start from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and cheat a little bit and see what my measurements are over here. That gives us a range, because no matter what, we need to make sure it's solid. The staghorn will eventually grow around the chain, but we've got to start somewhere, and we don't want it to fall down again. It's already fell down once, and I'm not even gonna touch them until I'm ready to do something, because I don't want to mess it up any more than it's already messed up. But this one fell down too, so as you can see, it's doing just fine. Just takes a little time. Alright, I got a 15-foot chain, 520-pound rating. I got 2 10-foot chains, 520-pound rating. I got these link repair links, and what I can do is slip the ring in and then tighten it up, so I can make the ring wherever I want it. So I'm making 2 setups. I'm planning for one setup of 4 chains, and I'm making another setup with 3 chains, and see how it does. This is going to connect me at the bottom. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect it at the top. I got a hook, so I can put a hook at the top. Again, this is a 2,600-pound rating. I've gotten some cable with the loops already in it. I got 2 kinds. I got the wire rope security cable. This is 6 feet, so if I put it around a limb, I'm probably going to put it around a couple times. Same with this one. I may end up taking this back and getting another one of those. Just depends on how I like it. I just got it to get started. So that's it. That's my material list. So just to recap, that's one setup. There's another setup. There, 2 setups. So let's see how they go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is determine if the 3 is going to work, the 3 chain. I'm fairly positive that oh wow, look at that. Didn't even see that. It already came with one of those. Nice. Don't need the clip much, but I can sure use this. That's $5 that I can return. Well, either way, that's not what I'm here to do. I've got 15 foot of chain. So I guess I should measure exactly what I have. There's 4 feet. There's 8 feet. There's 12 feet. Looking for 3 feet. And I got it. So I have 15 foot of chain plus those extra pieces. Alright, so let's get 5 feet out. There's 3 feet. There's 5 feet. Alright. So all I want to do is I'm just going to kind of make sure, again, I don't want to touch this thing as much as possible until I'm ready. So I'm going to estimate the back. Or the bottom. Yeah. Oh, that's plenty. Plenty of chain. So now this one I'm gonna have to cut into 3 pieces. So I'm gonna go do that. The best way to cut that chain is with a pair of bolt cutters. The home store should have a chain cutting machine. Either you go and buy chain by the foot, or if you buy it in the package, as long as you buy the package, I think they'll cut it for you. Here's a grinder, an angle grinder with a cutting wheel. That's another way, a little more risky. A hacksaw would cut it. You just got to have it in a predicament for a little while. If you had a vise, hacksaw would probably do just fine. A sawzall with a metal cutting blade is going to do good too. So I'm just going to measure out 5 feet here. All right. Yeah, I'm by myself here. Alright, I'm just going to hold it tight. I can already see that one. Try to cut it in the middle. Oh, there it is. Alright. So just checking. I'm going to go to that one and see how much I have. Yes, so that'll get me 3. So it should be that one right there. Alright, there we are. Now we have 3 5-foot chains. Okay, I'm going to take the ones that I got with the dog. I guess that was a dog runner or something, so I had some extra parts, but it came with 15 foot of chain, which is exactly what I needed. So I'm just going to put them on like that. tighten this back up. And that's more or less it for right now. Okay, now I'm gonna break out my two 10-footers. That chain looks a little bit different. Ah, that's because I have one that's 520 and one that's 800. Well, that's interesting. That was an accident. So it looks like this one might have an 800 rating. Well, either way, they're both 10-foot sections. I'm gonna check the length here and see how close they are. Pretty close. Alright, so let's see where 5 foot is. Let's put 5 foot right there. Okay. Alright, so if we get something to mark it with, I'm going to use this just for fun because I have it sitting here. That's my 5 foot mark. Because now I'm going to crisscross them. And I'm going to put 5 foot this away. So that's this link. So these two links need to be married. So I'm just going to use one of these. Okay. There we go. Take this out. Put this in there like that. Uh-oh, I don't want to go in there. How come? A little bit too small, I guess. There it went. Put that back. Alright. So basically, that's just going to marry the two so they don't come apart. So as you can see, I've just got an X. And I married the two. I can do that with wire. I could do that with a padlock. I could do that with any number of things that just plays for keeps. Because once the fern grows around it, it ain't going nowhere. Okay, now I got to figure out how I'm going to lift that thing up and put it on my chains. Alright, so now I got to figure out where I'm going to hang it. I think I'm going to hang one out here with my other one. And I'm going to hang one over next to my house. I think I'm going to put it on that limb up there. I guess one of the benefits of having the 6-foot cable is I'll have that 3 foot down, so I'll have to get a ladder or something and get up there. Not quite sure. I'm gonna maybe have to get a second person, but I can see that limb right there may end up getting cut. It's pretty low, so I don't want to put it there. I want to put it up somewhere where it's gonna stay for a while, and it looks like that limb up there might be it. This one's doing really good. Actually, I think I'm gonna put it right here. I think that'll do good. Good deal. I'm gonna go get the cable. I may have to go down a little bit more, because it'll be hanging pretty low. And I know I'm already going to have some chain. I'm going to put it around one more time. Alright, it'll be alright. Probably need to get a ladder or something. Could also hang it 6 feet in the air if you just use that as a slip knot. Alright, I'm going to go start thinking about how I'm going to pick that thing up. Alright, so now I'm going to get my link repair, quick link, and I'm going to get my hook. And I'm going to take my chain over there and get it ready. I think I'm going to do the 4 chain over there, so I'm going to go ahead and go lay it out right under there, so when I lift it up I can carry it. Alright, so I've got the center here. That's where I'm going to set it. And I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff ready and cut open so I can do it quick. I may end up needing some help because that thing's full of water. Alright, this is going to be a feat. So I'm going to go empty my pockets and such and get ready to hoist that thing out of there. Okay, here we go. Too bad. Not too bad at all. So the goal is to set it right where the X is. So this of course can be adjusted, because you just go down. If you want to take some of these links out, you go way down here and just clip it like that, but I'm just going to go to the end because that's how I have it set up at the moment. I'm just going to do each end. Possibly. Can't believe I got this other chain is a little bit smaller. Terrible. Well, I'm going to go wear this thing down a little bit. On the concrete. Let's try it again. I just filed a little bit of it on the concrete. It just needed a little bit. A little bit is all it needed. So again, I'm going in the ends here. hook on there. Where I want it, I can fix it once I get it in the air. Yeah, that is hanging way low. My chains are too long. So I can regroup on that one. I probably could take out 2 feet of chain. So if I take out 2 feet of chain, then I can take 4 feet off of each chain and have 2 6-footers. That doesn't sound right. Too much chain. All right. I'm going to come back to that one. This is the one I've got 3 chains at 5 feet. So I'm trying to make a triangle pattern. So I'm going to set it right there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around that limb a few times. Get my hook set up. Again with the long chains. think we're okay. I'd like to see it get a little higher. Looks like I can cut some chain off of there. Okay, let's see what we got here. I can take 2 feet of chain out. So instead of 5 feet of chain, I'm going to have 3 feet of chain. So let's see what that means. That means it's going to be up here. That's absolutely what I want. Absolutely what I want. So that means that I can take 4 feet off of those other chains. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure that again. I'm going to remove 19 links. So I'm going to cut the 19th one, and then they should be the same again. So I'm going to have to unhook it, bring it down, cut the links, and do it. So I'm going to go get my bolt cutters. Since I have 3 chains, it's not going to make any difference whether I cut. It's going to make a difference that I cut each chain individually. The other ones were 10 feet long, and I didn't cut them, so I can redistribute them. So that's it, 19 links. So I gotta put it down again. That's what I didn't want to do. But what are you gonna do? You gotta do it right now, so it's gonna get it over with. groove that it's sitting in, so that's good. And this has got a big old lump sticking out of there. I think I'm happy with that. We'll check it out in a month and see what happens. It's definitely definitely secure now and ain't going nowhere. All right, I got my tape measure. Let's look at this one. Again, I can easily take off 2 feet of chain. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20. That one's on the 20th. What about this chain? So 20 and 25. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. I know what happened. I was turning it the wrong way. That's what happened. Alright, so So alright, so 40. And I should still have 6 feet left. And I don't, I only have 5 feet, a little over 5 feet. These should be 10 footers. It's almost 6 feet. I'm gonna go with my 20 count. If it's a little shorter, it'll be fine. I just want both of them the same. Okay, so that's my cut off. This one's 50 lengths. A little bit longer. The chain is different. right. Alright, put them together again. Boy, those one links are just a little on the small side. Oh, there it went. This one right here. Try to make sure they're even. So that'll keep it off the ground. So now I can extend it down a little bit if I want, and it'll grow around that chain. See, this one I did last year, and you can see it's already taken in around that chain. Every now and again I come and grab all the pine needles and get them out of here. It's not necessarily under a pine tree, but there's pine trees close by. But the rain that we're having is definitely helping. This one, I actually had a Carolina wren nesting in it. Right in that hole right there. That was last year though. Again, doing real well. So as soon as this one gets over the shock of falling down, and now that I have it in a predicament, you can see where the old hanging basket was, the wire basket, that it basically fell from there. And that's what's going to happen with those baskets that you buy. They're only going to be good for so long, and then you've got to have to do something like this if you keep it long enough. But it's definitely not going nowhere now. Okay, now that I have it up in the air, let's see just how big it is. I got about 22 inches wide. 22 inches wide. by 22 inches tall. And I cut off 2 foot of chain, so I've got 3 3-foot chains on that one, from the base to the top, 3 foot. All right, now that I got this thing up in the air, let's see how big it is. It's about 19 inches wide by about 24 inches tall. So I went to the store and bought stuff, which I don't normally do. I usually use what I have laying around, but in this case I had 2 Staghorn Ferns that fell at the same time, and I had a little bit of an emergency, so I went and bought some parts. So basically I have 2 chains 6 feet long, so I have 4 chains coming together at 3 feet long on this one. And I have a cable, which I could have used the excess chain as my hanger around the tree, so that was $7 that I could have saved. The hook, I don't like the hook. It's too thin right here. I wanted more of an S hook, but I like the weight factor. It said it held like 1,000 pounds or something. So these things will get very, very heavy when it rains and they get full of water. So I wanted to make sure everything that I had was rated for a lot of weight. I was shooting for like 600 to 800 pounds or more, and you saw me lift it. I didn't lift no 600 pounds, but I may have lifted 80